Hey YouTube, this is Anthony at Vapehead, and I wanted to take a few minutes of your time just to share a few things and my opinion of certain things that are going on. A lot of people are, bitching about video reviewers doing their video reviews on clones and not on the authentics. And in my personal opinion, the clones sometimes actually work better than the original does, because the original, it's not technically tested. It's just a mechanical mod. You press a fire button, it works, or you hook up a coil to it and it fires, and out it goes. And then when individuals wind up with them, sometimes it's, machinists and engineers that get their hands on these things and go, well, here's a flaw, here's a flaw, here's a flaw, here's a flaw. I could build that without those flaws and make a clone. And they do. And more than not, the clones actually work better than the genuine authentic piece. So doing reviews on the clones, I don't really see an issue with it. This is a clone Stingray with a clone Patriot tank, both of them put out by Tobacco. I personally think they're both great pieces. They look great together. They work perfectly. I don't have any issue at all. Now, granted, of course, the authentics in time, once they become totally obsolete, will eventually become collector's items. The clones, well, they may not be worth as much, if they're worth anything by that point. But then again, you never know. Sometimes the clones being better than the originals kind of puts it at a disadvantage as to who's going to be better than the other. So you have that little debate that will continue on in YouTube and on Facebook and the different forums and stuff. And get over it. It's a clone, and if it happens to work better than the original, big whoop. So what? I personally prefer the clones for two reasons. Number one, because usually they are built better than the original was most of the time. And number two, they're cheaper. I'm not going to go out and pay $200 for a tube. It's a mechanical mod. All it is a tube that holds your battery. It has a firing pin at the bottom, and it's got the connection at the top for the tank to mount up to cause the electrical current to heat up the coils and cause them to vaporize the juice that you happen to have on top of it. I don't see that worth $200, folks. I really don't. And this goes for everybody. I'm not talking about just one particular company. I'm aiming it at everybody. All of them. This stuff ain't 14 karat gold. It's not 24 karat gold. It's not real silver. It's not, you need to really think about that out there and kind of come down on the prices of those authentic mods that you're pumping out, because they're really not worth the price you're asking for them. I looked on one site a couple of days ago that I happened to see, and it's a company out of Israel, which is kind of odd. I never knew that Israel was doing mods, but they are. And they had a mod on there that was $400. They had a tank on there that was $300 and something. Yeah, it's stainless steel. It's 316, just like all the rest of them. It's not worth that much money. At least not in my opinion. I know metal's not cheap. I know the equipment in order to tool these things is not cheap. But you can lower the price a little bit and still make a profit in order to pay for this humongous amount of money that you went in debt on in order to make these things. I mean, let's not forget, China's coming up hard and fast, and when they start pumping these things out, the mechanicals are not going to be able to sell for $200, $300, $400. It's just not going to happen. That's just pointless, and it just makes absolutely no damn sense to me at all. But that's just my personal opinion on it. Now, something else that I wanted to kind of rant on a little bit, since I'm on my little soapbox here, is you have a lot of different YouTube reviewers out there, and a lot of them have stuff sent to them. And lucky for those guys. I'm not up in that par yet. I don't think I probably ever will be up in that par for a vendor or a company to sit there and go, hey, let's send something to Anthony over at Vapehead and have him review it. I don't see that one happening. Every single one of these I bought. I paid for it cold hard cash through PayPal. Every single one of them. I don't have any of my stuff sent to me for free to review. I wish I could sit here and say I get, one or two every now and then, but I don't. Every single one of these I have bought because, I'm not up there. And I don't care whether I do or whether I don't get that far. Eventually I want to start doing the reviews to show you how to build the coils. Or at least to build some that I build myself, that I make myself, and the quality that they give me may be the quality that you're looking for in a coil build for vaping. That's in the future. That there's not coming yet. That's in the future. It's not too far off in the future, but it is a little ways into the future before I go doing something like that. So anyway, though, but that is something on my agenda to do eventually. But I also wanted to touch on the fact that I really, really do enjoy doing these videos. Just 1 second. So soothing. I really do enjoy doing these videos. I really do. Knowing that there are, granted they don't get hit, hard, because I'm just now starting off. But what they do get hit, I'm really appreciative to everybody who watches them. I never would have thought that I would have come to the point that I am now, where I have went from just the little e-twist, and then automatically jumped from there to the iTaste VTR, and from that now to Mech Mods. And I have only been doing the vaping for, this is May, March, April, 2 months and 11 days. Yeah, 2 months and 11 days. And I went from E-Pen to variable voltage, variable wattage to Mech Mod. And most people don't get that far for like a year. And I have dove headfirst into this. You can call it an addiction, or you can just say that I'm just extremely fascinated. Me personally, I'm just extremely fascinated. The vaping industry itself just absolutely fascinates me. I mean, these things are just I've heard them called trophies, and yeah, to an extent, yeah, kind of they are. But they're a beautiful piece. I enjoy having it with me to be able to, just take a hit off of it every now and then and get a toke of it. And it's soothing. it's something that it's way better for you than the tobacco. I mean, you got hundreds of thousands of chemicals that are put on the tobacco every single day of the week in order to make it grow, keep the bugs off, blah, 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 blah. Not to mention the tar. I've heard some say, the side effects of e-cigarettes, the vaping, the juices, they give them side effects. Of course, now it's a very select few people that end up with, some kind of a reaction to either the PG, which is always the cry. It's always the PG. It's not always PG, folks. Seriously. But that they have, certain, maybe it was the VG or it was some kind of an allergic reaction to the artificial flavoring of whatever it was they happen to be putting in it. I mean, it's a variable of four things. I mean, it's either the PG, the VG, the juice, the nicotine that's in the juice. So you don't have very many things to narrow it down. Whereas with tobacco, you've got the tar, the chemicals, is it the herbicides, is it the pesticides, is it this, is it that? There's thousands and thousands and thousands of different variables that it could be coming from the tobacco itself. Whereas with these things, you got four things to pick from, unless of course you've got a metal allergy, and at that point, if you've got a metal allergy, well, okay, let's toss in five, because it could be the mod itself, or touching it, you could have a metal allergy. People do have metal allergies too. You can be allergic to gold, you can be allergic to silver. That's why they have hypoallergenic. Matter of fact, that's what I wear, hypoallergenic silver. I can't wear real gold or real silver. These rings are stainless steel. That doesn't bother me. But I can't wear silver or gold because I have an allergic reaction to it. I break out in hives. Fun. But yeah, don't always go blaming just one thing. There's that you jump to a conclusion and you're rattling off about what it is, and I'm no doctor, and I highly doubt that most of the people who sit there and start screaming this, the PG or whatever, they're probably not doctors either. So do the research yourself. Narrow it down, try different things. Of course, go to your doctor if you're having an issue, seriously. But don't just go blaming it on whatever. Make sure you know what you're talking about before you do it. Granted, occasionally I'll put out something on a video that I goof up on, and I say it's this and it's made out of this and this and that. Matter of fact, it was this one that I did the video for that I said it's stainless steel and copper and brass mix. And it's actually not. The Phantom Brass is brass, aluminum, and copper. That's what makes the Phantom Brass. Of course, now it is stainless steel here, and up here. But as far as the brass part itself, it's actually brass, aluminum, and copper. But it's still a sturdy piece. But when I goofed up on that, I went back and I added that little note into the description of the video. Hey, I goofed. This is what it actually is. But I'll own up to it. I don't have a problem with it. If I screw up a video and I know I did, or if somebody leaves me a comment and says, hey, you goofed on that, okay. I'll go back and I'll put it in the descriptions, because I don't have a lot of time to go back and edit in a filler to say, oh, by the way, hey guys, this is a goof up on my part, blah 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 blah. I don't have that luxury to be able to do that. But like I was saying, I do appreciate everybody who has been subscribing. I'm slowly climbing up there, getting my subscriptions out there. I've with me buying all this stuff off of eBay over the last couple of weeks, I did all the reviews for everything that I've got off eBay, and of course I gave each one of the vendors that I bought a link to all these videos that I did of their stuff. And I don't expect anything out of that. I did not do it for that reason. I did it because I wanted them to see, hey, I'd like your product. I like how quickly it got here. I like the fact that it's a good built piece. You didn't just sell me a piece of crap. You're taking pride in what you're carrying. You're getting the good stuff. You're not just selling junk. And it means a whole lot to me as a fellow vapor, as a fellow vape head. I feel that, they deserve kudos and thumbs up on their stuff, and a small little thank you and a tip of the hat to show appreciation for what they're doing. No different than the guys who make these things. Whether it be a clone or whether it be an authentic, if any of you guys from H Cigar or Tobacco or any of the guys from Hades or iTaste and Oaken, Infinite, any of you guys that see these things, if y'all happen to cross these things, thank you guys so much for putting these great quality pieces out. I really appreciate them, and so do all the vape heads out there. We're not just trying to get off cigarettes, but we've grown addicted to the coolness of these products and these devices. It's great. Tip to the hat to Mount Baker Vapor for the great juice that they put out. They're constantly, tipping the scale on stuff that, most people get a hold of, local made stuff, and it's not that great. You get a hold of something like Mount Baker Vapor or there's several others out there that do really great quality juices, and your local juice shop starts to look a little on their juices. But anyway, though, I just wanted to say thank you guys again for subscribing. I hope you guys are really enjoying the videos I'm doing, and I'm going to try to kind of keep ahead of myself a little bit. I'm not sure exactly. It may be a week or so before I'm able to put another one out, but just as soon as I get something to do a review on, or I come up with something that I think needs to be reviewed or talked about, I'll do it. And until then, vape on. Let me try that one again. Until then, vape proud, vape on. Nope, still not it. Until then, vape proud, vape free, and vape on. That's pathetic, ain't it?